May tanong ako. Kapag biglang tumaas ang presyo ng bilihin, humina ang economy, nagkaroon ng brownout, o nagloko ang internet at banking apps, ano ang hawak mo na may totoong silbi? Hindi ko ibig sabihin na hawak mo ang cellphone mo habang naka-refresh ang online banking. Ang tanong ay, anong physical assets ang meron ka na pwedeng mag-protect ng pera mo, magpababa ng gastos mo, o tumulong sa iyo na kumita? Dahil sa panahon ng economic shift, hindi sapat na puro numbers lang ang assets mo sa screen. Minsan, kailangan mo rin ng mga bagay na nahahawakan, nagagamit, at hindi nawawala kapag low battery ka. And let us be clear, hindi ito doomsday preparation. Hindi mo kailangan gumawa ng underground bunker sa ilalim ng subdivision tapos may canned goods hanggang year 2050. Practical preparedness lang ito. So today, pag-uusapan natin ang 5 essential physical assets na dapat unti-unting buuin ng bawat Filipino household before the next major economic shift. Hindi ito bumili ka agad bukas list at hindi rin ito financial advice. Practical framework lang ito para hindi ka mukhang surprise Pikachu kapag nagbago na naman ang economy. Asset number 1, emergency cash in small denominations. Yes, cash. Actual cash. Yung papel, hindi screenshot ng GCash balance. Digital payments are convenient. Pero kapag may system outage, brownout, mahina ang signal, o may issue ang bank, biglang nagiging wallpaper ang mobile wallet mo. Magtabi ng reasonable amount of cash sa bahay. Hindi isang maleta na parang kontrabida sa teleserye. Sapat lang para sa pagkain, gamot, pamasahe, fuel, at basic needs for a few days. Mas okay kung may small bills. Kasi kung 1,000 pesos lahat ng hawak mo at bibili ka lang ng pandesal, baka ikaw pa ang magbigay ng scholarship sa panadero. Ideally, keep the money somewhere secure, dry, and discreet. Hindi sa ibabaw ng refrigerator, hindi rin sa box ng sapatos na alam ng buong pamilya. At huwag ipagsabi sa kapitbahay na may emergency cash fund ka sa bahay. Emergency fund siya, hindi barangay announcement. Important din na separate ito sa regular emergency fund mo sa bank. Your bank emergency fund may cover several months of expenses. Your physical cash is only for temporary disruptions. Emergency cash does not grow. Inflation slowly reduces its buying power, pero ang role nito is not to make you rich. Its role is to buy you time, mobility, and options. And during a crisis, options can be more valuable than investment returns. Asset number 2, income-producing tools. Ito ang isa sa pinaka-underrated physical assets. Ask yourself, anong gamit ang kaya kong gamitin para kumita, mag-freelance, magbenta, o mag-offer ng service? Pwedeng laptop, sewing machine, camera, power tools, printer, freezer, cooking equipment, motorcycle, professional grooming kit, kahit microphone kung marunong kang gumawa ng voice-over at hindi puro karaoke sa 2:00 ng gabi. The key is this: the asset must support a real skill and generate cash flow. Maraming tao ang bumibili ng expensive gadgets na investment daw. Pero kung ang gamit lang ay Netflix, TikTok, online shopping, at pag-check kung sino ang nag-view ng story mo, hindi siya income-producing asset. Emotional support device siya. Before buying equipment, answer 3 questions. May skill ba akong gagamitin dito? May customer bang willing magbayad? At gaano katagal bago mabawi ang cost? A 50,000 peso laptop can be a good asset if it helps you earn 20,000 pesos a month. Pero kung binili mo lang dahil bagay sa aesthetic desk mo, congratulations. May expensive rectangle ka. Remember, the tool alone will not save you. You still need skills, customers, discipline, and consistency. Ang sewing machine na hindi ginagamit ay furniture. Ang camera na puro mirror selfie lang ang laman ay accessory. At ang printer na ginagamit lang tuwing may school project ang anak mo at 11:59 p.m. na, stress generator yon. The best income-producing asset is something aligned with what you already know or are willing to learn. Do not buy equipment first. and then search for a business idea later. That is how people end up with a milk tea machine in the garage and no milk tea business. Asset number 3, a basic backup power and communication setup. Sa Pilipinas, resilience is an asset. You do not need a full solar farm sa bubong na parang ikaw ang bagong electricity provider ng barangay. Start simple. Reliable power banks, rechargeable lights, spare charging cables, a battery-powered radio, a small backup battery, or portable power station, depending on your budget. At kung kailangan sa work, backup mobile data from a different network. Why is this a financial asset? Because downtime costs money. Kapag work from home ka, online seller, freelancer, student, or small business owner, a few hours without electricity or internet can mean missed income, delayed orders, canceled meetings, and unhappy customers. A backup system protects productivity. Imagine may important presentation ka, biglang nawalan ng kuryente, laptop battery 10%, power bank empty, mobile data walang signal, at ang only source of light mo ay flashlight ng cellphone na kailangan mo ring gamitin pang hotspot. That is not a contingency plan. That is a live action survival game. Your backup setup does not need to be expensive. Start with what protects your essential activities. If your livelihood depends on a laptop, prioritize backup electricity. If your business depends on communication, prioritize a second network. If your area often experiences outages, invest gradually in a reliable power station. And please, test your devices. Wag yung may power bank ka nga, pero noong kailangan na, 12% lang ang charge dahil ginamit mo sa outing 6 months ago. Asset number 4, a home food and water resilience system. Clarification. Hindi ito permission para bumili ng 3 years supply ng instant noodles. A practical household reserve means clean drinking water, basic food staples, medicines, hygiene supplies, and a safe way to store them. Think in layers. First, enough for 3 days. Then 1 week. Then maybe 2 weeks, depending on your household, location, and budget. Choose items you actually use. Rotate them. Huwag bumili ng canned food na walang may gusto sa bahay. Tapos after 5 years, museum exhibit na siya. Check expiration dates regularly. Use the oldest stocks first, then replace them. Simple system lang, hindi kailangan ng spreadsheet na may artificial intelligence forecasting model para sa sardinas. A good water filter, sealed containers, organized pantry, and small emergency medical kit can reduce panic buying. And panic buying is expensive. Kapag takot ang tao, nawawala ang financial logic. Biglang bibili ng 10 alcohol, 8 tissue, at 2 air fryer. Hindi ko alam kung anong emergency ang masosolve ng second air fryer. Pero at least, crispy ang problema. This asset protects your household from supply interruptions and sudden price spikes. It helps you avoid buying everything at the worst possible time. It also saves money during ordinary weeks. Kapag may basic supplies ka sa bahay, hindi ka mapipilitang bumili sa pinakamalapit pero pinakamahal na convenience store. Dahil we all know what happens when you enter a convenience store for toothpaste. Lalabas ka may toothpaste, chips, ice cream, bottled coffee, at regret. Asset number 5, secure shelter, land, or practical home improvements. Hindi ibig sabihin nito na kailangan lahat bumili agad ng house and lot. Hindi pare-pareho ang income, location, at life plan ng bawat tao. But every Filipino should have a long-term shelter strategy. That may mean owning a modest home, buying a small piece of titled land, paying down a housing loan responsibly, or improving a family property so it becomes safer and less expensive to maintain. Practical improvements can also be assets. Roof repairs before rainy season, better locks, proper ventilation, water storage, energy-efficient appliances, a small solar setup, even a rentable room or workspace if practical. A house is not automatically a good investment. Kapag sobrang taas ng monthly payment at inuubos ang buong income mo, baka bahay ang may-ari sa iyo. Do not buy property simply because relatives say, sayang, habang bata ka pa. Run the numbers. Consider the location. Check the title. Review the total interest. Estimate repairs, taxes, association dues, transportation costs, and insurance. Because the selling price is not the final cost. Property ownership is parang marriage. Hindi porke maganda sa picture, wala nang maintenance. The goal is not to impress people with a giant gate and chandelier na kita mula sa highway. The goal is housing security, lower long-term costs, and flexibility. A practical home should protect you, not financially imprison you. Now, paano mo sisimulan kung limited ang budget? Do not buy all 5 at once. Start with the asset that protects your biggest vulnerability. Kung lagi kayong affected ng brownout, build backup power first. Kung unstable ang income, prioritize cash and income-producing tools. Kung flood-prone ang area, focus on emergency supplies, document protection, and safe shelter improvements. Kung renter ka, you can still build resilience. You can own tools, emergency cash, portable power supplies, and equipment, even without owning the property. Hindi requirement ang house and lot bago maging financially prepared. The most important thing is intentionality. Every time you receive extra income, ask this question. Bibili ba ako ng bagay na magmumukhang mayaman ako o bagay na magpapalakas ng financial position ko? Minsan pareho. Pero usually, hindi. And please do not use this video as an excuse to buy random things. A luxury watch is technically a physical asset. Pero kung inutang mo for 24 months para lang magmukhang successful sa reunion, hindi preparedness iyon. Performance art yun. The next economic shift may involve inflation, job disruption, technology changes, supply shortages, climate events, or something nobody predicted. You cannot control the shift, but you can control how prepared you are when it arrives. Build physical assets that give you 3 things: liquidity, productivity, and resilience. Cash gives you liquidity. Tools give you productivity. Backup systems, supplies, and secure shelter give you resilience. At ang tunay na yaman, hindi lang iyong marami kang pag-aari. Iyong hindi ka madaling ma-pressure, mapanic, o mapilitang gumawa ng bad financial decision. Real wealth is having choices. It is being able to handle a temporary disruption without borrowing immediately. It is having equipment that can help you earn. It is having a home that protects your family. It is knowing that when the economy changes, you may need to adjust, but you do not need to collapse. So check your home today. And kung nagustuhan mo itong video, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to Low-Key Wealth PH. Because remember, low-key is the new wealthy.